Dear learners, I am Professor M.T. Agrawal, and now I am teaching Managing Industry 4.0. Today, second week, second session, part A. In the last session, we have discussed how AI and associated technologies like machine learning, NLP, deep learning are contributing as a part of Industry 4.0 foundation technology stack. And then we also learn that concept of collaboration, convergence of technologies, which is necessary to make Industry 4.0 solutions. And we also discussed quite a few case studies and examples. In continuation of that journey, today we are going to discuss automation of enterprises. Basically, this is automation of enterprise processes using robotic process automation RPA and intelligent robotic process automation RPA. It is quite a useful technology, though we don't include in the foundation technology deck. But since most of the enterprises are having manual processes, they still keep working in the manual way, and human power is being wasted, while we have the options of automation of a large number of work which can be automated with the help of software. So that part we are going to study in this session. We have a look on this slide. World Economic Forum, after studying of successful companies, those are being considered as a global lighthouses, they have found that their success depends upon the three areas. How well they automate their events, how well they are connected enterprise-wide and with their partners, and they have agility in automation. As the situation changes, they should be able to change, they should be able to fix their processes with the help of technologies. And then also to connect back, digital technologies are transforming the modern factory environment. This we have kept studying in the last week also and this week also. And we studied in the last week sessions how Internet of Things, IoT, and edge computing are contributing in this connectivity domain, connectivity aspects. And now we are on the path of learning of these technologies like AR, VR, RPA, and digital twin. So as you see in this slide, the McKinsey has established that there are sizable gain in terms of cost reduction, labor productivity enhancement, machine downtime reduction, throughput increase, forecasting accuracy, and cost of quality improvement if we employ these technologies which we have some of the technology we have discussed and some of the technologies we are going to discuss subsequent. And today our focus is on robotic process automation, which is part of the human-machine interaction. Human-machine interaction, why? Because robotic process automation is basically the work which humans were doing. Now by communicating to the software will do this work for the humans. That we are going to see in today's sessions, RPA. Evolution of automation. RPA is one of the key technology which has contributed for the automation. When we talk about the automation, there are two kinds of automation if we consider in the manufacturing. One is the automation of manufacturing processes. Manufacturing processes like planning, scheduling, deliveries, operation. So all those manufacturing processes that relate to the manufacturing aspect, the operation aspects. And there are no processes which are related to more on the business. Communication with the customers, placing the orders, placing the inventory management, and communication with your partners, and when you want to make payment, the receiving of the invoices and processing of the invoices, like that. These are the business processes we can categorize them. So RPA is more on side of the business processes, while those technologies like IoT, computer vision, AR, VR are more on the manufacturing side, So as we go along in this session, we learn that there is something called, we call it bots. The bots is the terminology which you must be aware of, the chat bots, which basically how we talk to the software. This is a software interface between human and the software, it's bots. And then how these RPAs are integrated with the backend systems. Company may have ERP or some homegrown systems. So software, when you ask RPA to do this work, it has to communicate. It has to get data. It has to get information from the backend system. So another important part of the RPA after the bots is that integration with their backend systems. And real life examples, there are many which we will go into study now. But there is another version of RPA. RPA as such is a rule-based kind of software. But if we like to use AI, which is having the cognitive intelligence, cognitive capabilities, which can take decisions also. So if we couple the RPA, we embed the RPA with the AI capabilities, then it is called intelligent automation. It is called intelligent automation, and adds cognitive capabilities. Bots can read, understand, and decide also. It can decide also. Like one of the decision is that if suppose you are asking RPA to there is a order is to be placed, whether the price in the market has come down, then in case of RPA, simple RPA, probably it will not go and see the market price, what is the market trend. But in case of RPA, intelligent RPA, if you have a program in such a way that it will also try to see that if there is a fluctuation or there is a change in the prices, and depending upon that, it will like to inform the management there is a change in the price. Should I like to place the order on the old price, or you want to place the order on the new price? So that sort of decisions an RPA can take, and it can guide the management. And now there is a new wave of AI agents which we will be studying in one of the sessions. In AI agents, with the help of AI agent, there is a complete automation of the processes, where and it is based on the LLMs, large language model, that you must be using, some of the generative AI tools like Gemini or Capitol or ChatGPT. They are all LLM based model. So we will learn this AI agent, how AI agent plays a role in automation. So for time being, today we will study RPA and intelligent RPA. If we like to define RPA, as you are seeing in the picture, it start with suppose we like to read an email, and depending upon the email is mean for which this RPA software is working on the email system of the company, and it has to take a decision that this email pertains to which officer. So in this email, if there is a attachment, it will open that attachment, and email require that the attachment, which is the Excel file, the data has to be inputted. So RPA will open the RPA software will open the Excel attachment, and it will input the data, enter the data, and then it will send enter the data from the Excel in the ERP system. So suppose there is a communication from the customer or from your department, where the information has been or data has been captured or has been communicated in the Excel file. So it will RPA will open the Excel file, read the data, and it will save this data into ERP platform or database of the company. So this is the automation which was earlier done by the human. They used to open the Excel file and then they will read the data and then they will input this data into database or ERP. But here automation is done with the help of RPA. Taking the consideration of this kind of functionalities, robotic process automation is a technology that enables companies to automate repeatedly and rule-based tasks in the business processes. These tasks are repeatedly tasks, and they are rule-based tasks, means it follows one after another. So in such type of situation, RPA is one of the best option to automation for the automation. And let us now try to understand RPA with the help of a video. Before we go on the examples of RPA in the industry, I would like to explain the intelligent RPA. Intelligent RPA is the integration of traditional RPA with the advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. So when RPA software is integrated with the functionality of cognitive technologies like machine learning and natural language processing, then we call it intelligent RPA. Today, in the majority of cases, intelligent RPA is going to be implemented in corporates. This is a few examples of the types of RPA: repetitive task, process list. As we discussed in this video, that process list can be examined and then we can improve the processes. Periodic reporting, data entry can be automated. Mass email generation, when you want to send the target emails, it can be RPA will be great use for that. Conversion of data, you want to convert, data has been, information has been written by handwritten notes. It can be converted with the help of RPA. ERP and other back office transactions, which we have seen that RPA can input, RPA can update the backend systems. This slide give the comparison between how the human processes work and how the structure automation which we have learned as a RPA works and intelligent RPA works. If you see the difference between RPA and intelligent RPA, you will find here that the RPA as such is not having any analytics, cognitive intelligence, cognitive capabilities. While in case of intelligent RPA, it is having cognitive capabilities. It can analyze. Similarly, when in case of that RPA, simple RPA, bots will submit and it will try to make a approval. While in case of intelligent RPA, the bots will examine and try to see that whether it should approve or it should take the approval from the manager. So there is a difference here, because here there is a decision involved, which intelligent RPA is able to take that. And exception handling events also RPAs can handle. Intelligent RPA can handle much better. Now I want to explain one example of in case a company wants to place the orders for the spare parts. This is a manual process. Typically manual process, where person who is in charge of that, once he he get the request, he will try to find out in the backend system or ERP system whether this spare part is available in the stock or not. If it is not available, it will generate the order and send the order by email or whatever. But in case of RPA, once the requirement has been received by the system, RPA will try to find out from the backend system whether this item is available or not. If this item is not available, then RPA will raise a purchase order and place the purchase order. But in case of intelligent RPA, there is a difference over here. It will try to not only get the information from the backend system about this part and the price, but it will also try to see whether there is a variation in the price in the market. And it requires a management decision. Suppose it's an expensive part, and we have to place the order. And earlier, companies having a rate contract, or has fixed the rate. But today the market says that the price of this product has come down. So RPA will try to find out this anomaly, and then will like to take the review from the management before it places the order. So this is a difference between the intelligent RPA and RPA. Now another example, you may be knowing that if any incident take place in manufacturing, especially in the hazardous areas, we have to place the safety permit. So before any item has to be ordered, or any modification has to be done, a safety permit has to be approved. And different agencies are involved in a company like where suppose there is a repair on the electric system, then not only electric department but civil department and the fire and safety department, they have to agree for carrying out that repair or the modification. This is called safety permit. If you see the typical safety permit flow, it is like that. Any fire incident or any other incident has taken place, then RPA will generate a safety permit, and safety permit will be generated, and said authority will approve this, and then once it has been approved, before RPA implement this or send for the implementation, it will further analyze, and then it will send for the implementation. And the safety process I have written down over here. If somebody wants to know what is the safety process and how it is being, this is very general guidelines. A safety permit process is a formal written authorization that allows specific work to be carried out in a hazardous area under risky condition. I was part of the Bharat Petroleum Corporation. My department has at that time developed a safety permit system. We were not having that time this kind of facilities of RPA. So entire software development was done, but every step there was a human interventions was required. But now with the help of intelligent RPA, the human interventions can be I will not say in all steps, but some of the steps human intelligence can be eliminated, and then the process can be speed up. So if you see the step by step implementation of this kind of software, safety permit software with the help of RPA, once incident has been triggered, RPA will generate a safety permit depending upon the type of incident, and then it will go for processing. If suppose there is a handwritten notes, then it will like to use the OCR, and then based on that what are the conditions, it will like to take the cognitive, it will like to take some decision. This safety permit should be sent to whom for the approval, etc. So like that you will see this process work in a very orderly manner, and intelligent manner. Sometimes there are common mistakes which if we have the totally manual process, common mistakes may be committed by the staff, but which these common mistakes can easily handled by the software, intelligent software. There are many uses, RPA use cases and uses in the manufacturing. This slide gave a glimpse of those uses, but there are hundreds of uses of RPA, and for this reason we are studying these technologies as when we study the other advanced subjects like smart manufacturing and supply chain, etc. That time we will be needing this software for description, for explanation. So this list you can go through. It has so this is not limited only for your business processes or procurement and safety permit. It has n number of uses, which is some of these uses are listed out in this use. One of the important things which I like to point out is the quality control. And we will be studying the quality control when we study the computer vision. The RPA along with the computer vision software can do the automation of the quality control. This we will be studying that. And RPA is having a very great use of in the human resource administration also. Very great use. Many companies first try to implement RPA in the finance department, for automating the finance processes, and then human resource department automating the administration and human resource development processes. Two case studies I have included in this deck. One is the case study of Tata Sky, which you like to go through, and this is a website from where I have picked up this case study. So Tata Sky was able, has used the RPA, intelligent RPA software, where they were having repeated process in finance supply chain, which they have automated, and they have made the sizable gain in terms of the saving of the human manpower hours, process automation, and accuracy also they were able to achieve up to 98%. Similarly, there is another company, Indian Oil Corporation, that is also using RPA in a very big manner. For here the example is for the finance department, and where they are using for invoice processing and vendor payments, etc. And they have also got a sizable benefit in terms of the saving of the man hours, and in terms of reduction in the invoice processing cycle time. RPA is having capabilities, most of the RPA softwares are having capabilities to read the handwritten notes as long as they are in the prescribed format. So this is also is very important aspect if somebody wants to implement RPA. So if we like to summarize what we have and like to understand that what are the benefit of the RPA, it ensures the accuracy in our processing because manual intervention is going to be minimized, and it has a consistency. It also provides audit trail. If somebody says the automation, it is automated, we don't know what mistake it has done, but every step RPA provide a information which we call it audit trail, so that you can know that at this step what action RPA software has taken. It enhances the productivity of the staff, and it is quite flexible. And one of the good advantage of the RPA is that the rudimentary task, mundane task, which staff was doing earlier, educated staff was doing earlier, now they can be deployed to do some other meaningful stuff. It's quite reliable. So with this, we have come to the end of this presentation. I have also here added some of the references which we like to go through. There are a couple of vendors which are quite active, but I will not recommend this any vendor. RPA has become a very general technologies. You have a lot of options. In fact, companies can also develop their own staff to design and develop the RPA system. Thank you very much.